All right. Today's story, again, is from our Silly Symphonies book, and it's The Three Little Pigs. All right, Dash. So all cuddled up nice. All right. Once upon a time, there were three little pigs whose mother sent them out into the world to seek their fortune. They each decided to build a house. The first pig built his house of straw because he was the quickest and easiest way. No sooner had he finished it when the merry little pig played a tune on his flute and danced a little jig. Then he sang, "I built my house of straw, I built my house of hay. I toot my flute, I don't give a hoot, and play around all day." After a while, he skipped off down the path to see what his brothers were doing. The second pig was hammering some sticks together to make his house. It didn't take long, and when he was finished, he picked up his fiddle and joined his brother in a jolly tune and a dance. While they played and danced, the second little pig sang, "I built my house of sticks, I built my house of twigs. With a hey diddle diddle, I play my fiddle and dance all kinds of jigs." Then, it's pretty funny, right? Then both little pigs skipped off down the path to see what their brother was doing. The third little pig was a practical pig. He was hard at work laying the bricks for his house. He wanted a solid, strong little house, a wolf-proof house. Because he had heard there was a big bad wolf in the forest who liked to eat plump, juicy little pigs. "Come on down and play," his brothers called to him. But Practical Pig went right on laying the bricks, while he recited, "I build my house of stones, I build my house of bricks. I have no chance to sing and dance, for work and play don't mix." "Ha ha ha," laughed the two little pigs. "Ho ho ho, ha ha ha," they laughed as they played and danced and sang. Practical Pig went on working while he warned them, "I'll be safe, and you'll be sorry when the big bad wolf comes around." But the two little pigs laughed and laughed, and as they danced away in the forest they sang, "Who's afraid of the big bad wolf, the big bad wolf, the big bad wolf? Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Tra-la-la-la-la." Meanwhile, from behind a tree, the wolf was watching with his mouth watered at the sight of the two plump pigs. He moved closer and closer, hiding behind one tree after another until he was close enough. The two little pigs suddenly saw the big bad wolf with his mouth wide open, ready to grab them, and they turned and ran for home.
That picture of the big bad wolf, the other one,
yeah,
looks actually really weird. It has so much water dripping.
Yeah, he's drooling. The first pig ran into his straw house, pulling the welcome mat in at the last moment, then slammed the door on the wolf's face. The wolf knocked on the door, coaxing, little pig, let me in." "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin, I won't let you in," replied the pig. "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in," snarled the wolf. As he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house down, he grabbed at the little pig, but the little pig ran as fast as his legs could carry him to his brother's house of sticks. He got there just in time and slammed the door in the wolf's face. "Curses!" growled the wolf as he rattled the locked door. The two little pigs were shaking with fright, and they hid under a rug. But the wolf had an idea. "I'll fool them," he said to himself. Then he called out loud, "Those pigs aren't too smart for me. I'm going home." The wolf hid behind some bushes while he made the sounds of running footsteps fading away in the distance. The two little pigs waited a while, and when they heard nothing from the wolf, they looked at one another and said, "He's gone." They crawled out from under the rug and began to dance happily around the room singing, "Who's afraid of the big bad wolf, the big bad wolf, the big bad wolf? Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Tra-la-la-la-la." Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. It was the wolf hiding under a sheepskin, and he looking like a lamb. "Who's there?" asked the pigs in a trembly voices. "I'm a poor little sheep with no place to sleep." "Can you open the door and let me in?" asked the wolf in a high, squeaky voice. But the pigs looked out the window and saw the big mouth and teeth under the white fleece. "Not by the hair of our chinny chin chin! You can't fool us with that old sheepskin," they called. "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in, snarled the angry wolf. And he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house down. Off raced the two little pigs to their brother's house. They dashed into the brick house and dived under the bed while the practical pig calmly fastened the chain onto the door. I told you to be careful of the wolf, he scolded. But we're snug and safe in here. Practical Pig sat down at his piano and began to play and sing. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf, the big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Tra-la-la-la-la. Soon the two little pigs crawled out from under the bed and danced and sang along. Meanwhile, the big bad wolf disguised himself as a peddler selling brushes. And he knocked on the door. Who's there? Asked Practical Pig. I'm selling nice brushes, answered the wolf. The little pig opened the door on the chain, reached through the crack, and grabbed one of the wolf's brushes. Then he poked and whacked at the wolf at it, while the wolf howled in pain. That'll teach him, said Practical Pig as he closed the door. The angry wolf shouted, I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in. So he huffed, and he puffed, until he grew red in the face, but nothing happened. The three little pigs were safe inside, laughing and singing and dancing. The wolf huffed and puffed and huffed and puffed until he grew blue in the face. But he couldn't budge the house of bricks. Finally, he leapt up onto the roof and climbed into the chimney. When Practical Pig heard the footsteps on his roof and saw soot dropping down his chimney, he knew just what he had to do. He got a can of turpentine and poured it into a big pot of hot water that was boiling on the fireplace. When the wolf came sliding down the chimney, he dropped plop into the hot turpentine. He let out one great howl and shot straight up the chimney. He let out one great... When he landed on the ground, he ran and kept running until he disappeared into the distance, never to be seen again. Inside, two happy pigs were singing and dancing while Practical Pig played his tune on the piano. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf, the big bad wolf, who's afraid? Mischievously, Practical Pig banged on the wooden piano. Knock, knock, knock. Two little pigs, thinking it was the wolf at the door again, dove under the bed, while Practical Pig laughed and laughed. He had the last laugh after all. That's the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please like and subscribe. Dash, did you like the video?
Yeah. And please link in the description.
Yeah, for sure. Again, we are Collectors of the Coast, and this is I'm Cash. This is Dash. Everyone have a magical day, and I hope you're enjoying our stories.